This is Mellissa Thomas with Florida National News. We are here at CFE Arena on the UCF campus, prepping for the appearance of Senator Bernie Sanders, who's rallying for Mayor Andrew Gillum. The both of them will be here for this afternoon's rally. There are lines of people that are waiting to get in. We're waiting to hear what these gentlemen are going to say to this crowd of very young folks. Of course, Senator Sanders, he riled up the young base back when he was running, and we'll see the kind of power that he brings to Mayor Gillum's campaign. But stay tuned right here for their remarks at FloridaNationalNews.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me in welcoming a man who I am honored to have his support in this race. Please put your hands together and give a warm Orlando welcome to U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders.
And we need a governor here in the Sunshine State who understands that the sun is an enormously valuable resource in the state of Florida. We need a governor here in the Sunshine State who will help lead America in the transformation of our energy system. We're going to have a governor here in Andrew Gillum who understands that if you work 40 hours a week, you should not be living in poverty. And Andrew understands something else that is profound and is a movement that is sweeping this country. And that is, we have got to end the international embarrassment of being the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people as a right. So Andrew is going to work with me to tell the insurance companies and the drug companies to stop ripping off the American people. We're going to lower drug costs, and we are going to provide health care to all through a Medicare for all single-payer program. I want to say a special word of thanks to the young people in the high school in Parkland. I know that Andrew has had the opportunity to meet with some of them, and I have as well in Washington. And what has blown me away about these young people is that having gone through a horrific and undescribable, unspeakable situation, they did not retreat. They did not simply grieve the loss of their fellow students and teachers. What they did is what we have all got to do. They responded to that tragedy, they stood up, they fought back, and they are helping to pass common sense gun safety legislation all across this country. Together, we need to overturn that disastrous Supreme Court decision on Citizens United. We have to end the absurdity of billionaires like the Koch brothers spending $400 million on these midterm elections. And in my view, we have got to move toward public funding of elections. Let me be very clear with you. In this state, in this moment, with Andrew's candidacy, you can not only change the direction of the state of Florida, you can literally change the direction of the United States of America. So brothers and sisters, you have an enormous amount of work to do in the next few weeks, but you have an extraordinary opportunity to make American history. Go out and do it. Elect Andrew Gillum, your next governor.
I have talked for several months, and I learned of his platform, I learned who he was, and most importantly, his character. I believe he believes everything he's saying, he's going to implement it, and he really is the most progressive candidate to overcome the issues that we have, and it's about time for someone like Andrew Gillum.
And give us your thoughts on the rally. You spoke very powerfully today, and how did you think it went in there?
I think it went absolutely wonderful. I mean, to have a national figure recognize not just the position of Florida, but the position of Florida within the United States is a huge deal. And I think he summed it up, hit the nail on the head, and hopefully people will get out and vote Gillum for governor.
Great turnout today. It's a lot of energy that we've never seen this kind of energy before, or in a long time anyway. It's been great to listen to the message. We've got Andrew and Bernie out here pushing a progressive agenda. You know, what they said is 100% true. We've got to get people to vote. Early voting is going on right now in Orange County, and if you can please show up, take your time, 2 seconds to vote the entire ballot, and have a big voice in your community.
News. We just wrapped up the Bernie Sanders rally with Mayor Andrew Gillum. This rally was absolutely hyped up. All the folks that were here, there were hundreds of folks inside, but both gentlemen spoke on common issues that a lot of the voters are very concerned about. They're concerned about the environment, especially with the recent development of the algae blooms that are going on the west coast of the state of Florida. He talked about education, very important for a lot of these folks. Not only education in terms of higher education for college and student debt, but also pre-K education as well. Senator Sanders talked about that as equally important as the college stuff. And also, both gentlemen were speaking on energy. Obviously, Florida is a sunshine state, so both of them agree that using solar power is an immense resource, a limitless one for now, as long as the environment isn't made any worse. And they talked about the importance of not having to rely so much on science. They know that climate change is real. They both agree that it is real, and they're ready to make the changes necessary through government to protect the environment. But stay tuned right here for Florida National News for our continuing FNN Politics and Power coverage. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from CFE Arena in East Orlando.